Hello and welcome to Fix 64. I'm Darren Hadley. Today I'm looking at a new 4-bay compact NAS from LincPlus. I've previously done an overview on a LincPlus device. It was the LincStation N1. Very nice. I still use it to this day for my main NAS. So yeah, we're going to get into this E1, and it's currently on Kickstarter, and you can pledge and order one for shipment in, I believe it's July. I will provide the link below anyway. Let's unbox the E1 real quick, install some drives, and set it up. Okay, looks like we got all the goodies on the bottom. So here's an Ethernet cable, power cord. Power cord goes into our adapter. HDMI, so you can run it straight from the NAS to your TV or computer monitor. Got a screwdriver with screws and stickers that mark the different bays. Then a quick start guide, user manual, and now for the unit itself, the star of the show, the LincStation E1. Very nice design. I like that. All right, now that we have it unboxed, let's go over the LincStation E1. First of all, there is a USB 3.2 Type A, little indicator lights for SATA 1, SATA 2, M2, M1, M.2, M2, and a power button. And there's a lock right there. Then you have DC in, 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, a reset hole, 2 USB 2.0 Type A port, and an HDMI port. The top can magnetically detach. Hard disk drive 1. See, it has little handles here. Pop out. And this is where you will put your 3.5 inch drive or your 2.5 inch drive. The 2.5 can be mechanical or SSD, and to secure that you have to use, of course, the included screws and hardware. This is pretty slick. There are 2 buttons on the bottom that say press and pull out. So put the 3.5 inch drive in there and then click it all back and simply put it back in. So that's how you do the 3.5 inch. Put the magnetic cover back on. And now for the bottom, there's an arrow right here. Simply slide it that way and the bottom just pops off. And to reverse that, you'll press it down into these 2 slots right here and lock it back in place. Very slick. My last LincPlus NAS I did a review on, they utilized Unraid. This time they have a 4-core Cortex A55 ARM processor with speeds up to 2 gigahertz and a 6-watt power draw, and a Mali G52 graphics processor, and their own operating system LincOS, because Unraid will not currently work with ARM processors. It has 4 gigabytes of RAM, and the max is 4 gigabytes. And the E1 also has 64 gigabytes of eMMC storage, Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth, and it has 4K video encoding, a companion app for your phone, photo backup abilities, remote downloads, and it works wonderful as a personal cloud or a home media hub. So next we will install the drives and then set it up and try it out. First, I am going to install 2 3.5 inch Western Digital 16 terabyte drives. So I will pull those out and put the drive in. And slide it back into place. That was easy. And then it'll only go one way, luckily. There, done. Let's do another one. Simple. Pull those out, put this in, and then put it into place. And it is ready to slide back in. put the magnetic lid back on. Boom. And now for the M.2s. Click that towards the arrow. I'm going to flip this around. Okay, so you put this in and then take that back and just simply, it just goes back. And now for this one, do the mechanism back and lock it in place. Both are installed and ready to go. Now to put it back, just line these two notches up with the two holes and simply slide away from the arrow. And it snaps back. And that is super easy to do drive installs on the E1. I really like that. It's time to hook it up to the network and set up the OS and see what it has to offer. We'll play with the app some, maybe the Windows app. The Mac OS app isn't quite out yet. I think they're working on that, so it'll be a bit on that. But they have Android, Windows, and iOS. Here is the LincStation E1 all set up. It's on my network. So now I'm going to use my testing computer, the Minis Forum MS02 Ultra, and we are going to set up the NAS. Okay, I have downloaded the LincStation app off of LincPlus's website. I just Googled LincStation E1 Windows app and it brought it up. Okay, summary of service, agree and continue. Okay, and now let's register the device as new. And it will scan the network. You can also do this with the iOS or the Android app. It works the same way. Okay, for my account, I'm just going to go fix 64. Password, about password 123. Next. Security question. What was my first PC? Amiga. Okay, now we can log in. Oh no, I'm not Fox64, I'm Fix. Password 123. We're in. Now please don't come over to my house and break into my NAS. And there is the desktop environment. Now we need to set up those two 16 terabyte drives that I threw in there at the beginning and the two Oracle NVMe drives I threw in that were 2 terabytes each. So let's go to disk management. Okay, and see here it has it listed SATA 14.6 terabyte, SATA 14.6 terabyte, Oracle 1.9, and Oracle 1.9. You can wipe each of them, make sure they're clean. Okay, storage management. That's what we want. So create storage space. And then it wants me to select a storage mode. You can go single disk mode and RAID 0, 1, 10, 5, and 6. But I think I want them all as individual drives so I can do different things. Like, let's say some for my video work, maybe some for entertainment, stuff like that. You can just do whatever you want, really. You could put them all together into one RAID 0 or whatever. Now, I also have a large 20 terabyte external drive I like to hook up to my main NAS, and I keep all my video files on there after I mess with them and everything. So I may switch it all over to this, or I can just simply plug in the USB and go off that. I love my LincStation N1, but I'm thinking I may replace it with this E1 just because I have these large terabyte mechanical drives, and I like how simple the interface is. I mean, this is great for like new like home users that just need something to store files in. The interface is really easy with this Link OS, and you know, with my NAS background, that's perfect for me. Okay, I think I'll do each one as a single, at least the big ones. And then the two oracos I'll do RAID 0. Just for the heck of it, for showing. And yeah, you just select both and next. And then we got both singles, both 16 terabyte, and the two oracos are RAID 0. And now we will make some folders. YouTube projects. Yep, and see, making folders is as easy as that. And then in the next one, let's make another folder. Let's go junk. Okay. And then on this one, yeah, that'll work. Okay. So yeah, I was able to make folders in each of those, and you can upload to each of them and do what you want with them. So anyway, I've got this external drive, and I'm going to go to external storage management. And as you can see, it's a Seagate. It's 1 terabyte, and it shows it as soon as I plugged it in. And yeah, it's the external hard drive. So now we're going to go to it in MySpace, and as you can see, I have 3D movies, baby videos, backups, movies, probably just old movies I acquired. Yeah, so, and a bunch of junk on there. Anyway, let's go to a good day to die hard, I think. And I'll throw it in junk. And there it is. You just go move to and the place where you want it, and it's like immediate almost. Okay, and then here's link access management. We will enable that. And this is for remote storage and uploading, downloading, just so you have access to your drive. And then there's an access ID you need to put in with your credentials. And I'll just copy that and email it to myself onto my Android phone. And here we are. Open the app, enter the access ID. I'll just simply paste it and then do my Fix64 username and password. And there you go. There's the full interface. I have total remote management here. Very slick. Go to Seagate backup or the external drive. I can see everything there. All my internal stuff, YouTube projects, junk. Everything's there. I can. Yes, and I'm on that external USB drive, and I can just pick which things I want to download and simply press download, and it will download it to my phone wherever I'm at. Very cool. Let's upload. Let's do the N one. Then you go back into transmission tasks and it shows it uploading. And that will upload to the link station, and it should be on there in a little bit. Yeah, progress bar is continuing. Okay, the file completed. And yes, it even shows under completed. And it also shows if something fails. So it completed, and there it is. Very slick. But anyway, if you are in the market for easy to use network storage, I had it set up in no time and running, and most of the functions are self-explanatory. It's the Link OS is a really, really good interface for beginners. I highly recommend this for people who just want no hassle. Okay, I'm going to go to the videos. Oh yeah, look, here's my video playing right from the NAS. I'm going to play around with it some more, maybe try some media hub stuff, with the TV, plug in HDMI, things like that. I don't have time for that right this minute, so look for that in a future video. I'd like to thank LincPlus for sending the Link Station E1 to me for review. I was supposed to have the review done earlier, and I had a little bit of a misunderstanding. Otherwise, it would have been out probably a month ago or so. But better late than never, I suppose. But now I wish I really would have used it for this whole time. And, it's a great device for me. I can upload videos while I'm out and about. I can download videos. I can throw them here as my central hub between computers. I can actually edit off of it, all that. So, and it's really easy to put together, add the drives, no tools. It's great. And the interface is great for beginners. And I highly recommend this for people that just want a no hassle NAS and or file storage unit or personal cloud. It is very nice. I can't wait to see how Link OS expands or evolves over time. It'll be interesting. And I'd like to thank my viewers and subscribers. And if you like this sort of thing, please click like and subscribe. If you want to see when my next one is out, like the future video on this and the media hub end of it, then please click the bell button. And I will see you all in the next one. Thank you.